guys out there on YouTube land. Yes, it's me, Dion. Oh, so I promised I would do WWE. That should be up. Vloggy videos. That should be up. And then NFL videos. NFL video. This is it. So I'm very excited. Draft is coming within the next 30 days. I'm so excited for the draft. I love the NFL for ages. Maybe I should give some historical background and the reason why I'm doing NFL videos. So, cut long story short, when I was a kid, you used to be able to get almanacs, and there were like things, even in the UK, you could still go out to the shop, and I used to get my local newsagent to order me an almanac, which was a collection of things about the NFL, teams, all that type of stuff. What I found lately is it's hard for me to find that. There's things you go on online, you can find information, but it isn't as detailed as it used to be. And the magazines that have come out in the UK have kind of died. There's a few that are around, and I try and get my hands on them, but it's all quite limited edition, and it's all pointing to online content. But what I found is the online content is actually quite vague and not necessarily what I wanted. So I thought to myself, if what you want isn't available, then what do you do? So I'm gonna try and make it myself. Now, what you might say is this is actually similar to stuff that's already out there, and that's fine, that's okay. But it's my attempt, and I'm gonna see how easy it is to do this. Anyway, so what are my series of videos going to be on? It's almost going to be we talk about the story, and this has been done by many people, talk about the story and give you some kind of thoughts and feelings and facts behind it. So for today, what I want to talk about is almost now the impact of that high quality quarterback. So for example, Tony Romo, who's a quarterback of Dallas Cowboys, low draft pick, went to Cowboys, led the team. I thought was a good player. I'm going to be quite detailed with my not a very good player, not a great player, but a good player, good quarterback. And in the NFL, with the fact that it's so quarterback driven, you can almost pick the winners by the quality of the quarterback. If you just looked at the quality of the quarterback and picked winners based on that, then I think you'd have a good success rate. I might actually do that this season on the videos. I might actually just do a quality of quarterback and win percentages week to week and just predict wins based on just the quarterback alone. And we'll see how that goes. I think that would be a pretty good indicator. But actually we need some data. So that's something I might do. So I might have to remind myself. Think about when the regular season happens, think about the teams based on quality of quarterback and just pick all of that. But then you look at the Super Bowl based on quality of quarterback. Tom Brady, who I used to hate, now I don't. I used to dislike because of his association with the Patriots, but now I think he's a good quarterback there. So the focus on quarterback. And every year in the draft, going back to what I was originally talking about, there's been a focus on quarterback. And every year, the people have come out and said this quarterback class is not as good as the last year. Every year it happens. It's like almost a mantra. This isn't good as a quarterback as last year. It isn't good as quarterback. Because I remember when Luck came out, it was like Luck versus RG3. Then the next year it was like, the quarterbacks aren't good. Then we had DeMarcus Mariota, and then we had Carson Wentz and Goff. And every year it's been not as good as last year, not as good as last year, not as good as last year. For me, that's almost the mantra that's going to happen. Every year they're not going to be as good as last year. And we're going to hear that every single season. But what's the point of this particular video? Well, more to give you a background understanding of why they're coming around. 2, they'll be clearly headed in the description bar, so you'll actually see it in the description, so you can avoid them if you don't want to look at them. It's almost my snapshots of what's happening and what's going out there. And just things that interest me. 1, this is kind of going to force me to read up on this stuff. But 2, just to put it out there and maybe share the things that I want to hear about with you guys. And if you're interested in watching it, you can watch it. And if you don't, guess what? Just skip the video. Just watch something else. There'll be bound to be something I do that interests you. Anyway, that's just a kind of introduction. Talk about the general idea of general feeling around quarterbacks. I also think, on a side note, actually, I also think that there's now such a disconnect between college quarterbacking and NFL quarterbacking. And you might say the reason behind that is it's easier to replace your quarterback in college because you have such a number of people and talent. In the best player in college can make such a difference to your team. If you have an NFL caliber player on your college team, that can make a huge difference because the pool from college is so vast that there's bound. So let's say, I don't know, you've rated talent from A to E, for example. A being top quality talent, E being, average talent. You're going to have a lot more E players on your college teams than you are in the NFL. The NFL, you might have 5 or 6 A talent and then 30 B talent and maybe a couple of C talent mixed in there that have the potential to develop. In a college team, you might have 3 A talents, 10 B talents, 30 C talents, 20 D talents, and a singular E talent. But those A talents are so much better than those D talent that actually they can make a huge difference. But if you lost an A talent and replaced them with a B talent or a C talent, they could still be better than the D talents. Whereas in the NFL, you lost an A talent and replaced them with a C talent. That's a huge market difference when everyone else is at B level. So you've almost degraded to the point where you can't compete. And I think in the quarterback position, that is just so extenuated because there are only a few A plus talent quarterbacks around in the world. Probably the most difficult position to play in sports, but there's only a few of them that can do it in the NFL. So when you lose that talent, my God. Whereas in college, you can get away with a B or a C talent quarterback if you've got A talent all around them. And you could have 4 C talent quarterbacks. So that's why you've got things like the read options in college, because you could have just a guy who's a runner, who's just he's a running back with above average throwing talent, and you can lose him. You can afford to lose him. So actually, that might be a thing I should do. Maybe I should do videos on position. That's a great idea. I love you guys. Thank you for that. The stream of confusion, maybe I should take it right away back from square one. We should talk about positions, talk about talent, and that then should lead into... Right, so that's actually what I might do. I might do videos on each position and go from there. But anyway, for me, the quality then of quarterbacks coming, and also the fact that the game in the college football is very different in terms of how quickly it's played, how fewer games they play, how much I don't want to say easier the game, but how less complicated the game is in college football. That movement to the NFL level seems to be a bigger gap. But it's always been a big gap. That's the thing. It's always been a big gap. It's just almost now with the extra scrutiny that's placed on it, it feels like it's a huge gap. The more teams that play a very different style than the NFL, it seems to be, they talk about pro-style offenses. How many teams in college don't have a pro-style offense? It seems to make that leap to the NFL really different. Also, the pressure on getting that quarterback and getting them in now. If you draft a quarterback, if you don't draft them below the 4th round, there's almost a pressure to get them in the game. It's like the question with the Jets and Hackenberg, the fact he didn't start last year. People are like, is something wrong with him? And nowadays, if you draft a quarterback within that first 3 rounds, what's the pressure to start? They have to start. So you don't even, unless you fight it, you don't even have the chance that make them sit and develop. And it almost questions on their ability if they don't, and you've drafted them, unless you've got a blue chipper in the starting position. You know, if you're a team like the Jets, the question of why you didn't start Hackenberg is there. Whereas if you're a team like, I don't know, the Packers, when they drafted Aaron Rodgers, you know, because they had Brett Favre, he could sit. And you almost have to do that now. I think I'm even seeing teams like the Saints being forced in a position where they're going to have to draft a quarterback to sit and teach and cultivate and train. So a lot of the things they used to learn in college, they don't anymore. Anyway, maybe that's why they're saying that these people aren't NFL ready. I just think the expectation of a quarterback now is so much so that maybe they will never be NFL ready unless they're in a very pro style offense where they're taught the fundamentals, and then they can come in and play. Maybe this is another argument for why they should have an NFL B League, almost the minor leagues of the NFL, where people can learn this under competitive environments. Maybe 4 or 5 games that are played in the off season just to get them ready for the NFL. Maybe that happens. I don't know. Anyway, this is DR. First of my videos around the NFL or American football as a whole. Hope you like it. As I said, if you want to avoid it, feel free to click off and watch the next video. Don't expect this video to be this long. But this is DR saying, peace out, have a safe journey, everything, and thanks for watching. Bye!